Hey, welcome to semi-regular ROH review. I always want to say weekly, but we don't review very often. I am the huge one, aka the idiot Dave Koco from KocoSports.net and ProWrestling.me whenever it's up.
What did this happen?
We went with Ning thinking, wow, if we go with Ning, it'll be super easy. And the last 4 or 5 days, we've been getting 500 errors on our main page. And the best part about it is, sometimes you can get to it, sometimes you can't. It's like a limited time only restaurant right now. You know what I mean? You have to sit there and you're like, yes, I can get into ProWrestling.me. Oh, I can't. Ning, get your shit together, Ning. Just Ning. Anyway, I am the huge one, ProWrestling.me, KocoSports. He's Sammy. I want to say Sammy Zayn, but you're Sammy Sinister. I don't want to false advertise. And as always, we ask you, win, loss, or tie, what did you think of it? We are going over the 411 show, and I'll be reading it off WrestlingInc.com. They don't have Ning problems. we should just go to WrestlingInc.com and like, hey, would you like fat nerds who are not very good at podcasting to be part of your team? And they'll be like, no, we don't.
No, not at all. Well, you're in luck.
Anyway, so win, loss, tie. What did you think of tonight's show?
It was a win. It was a win for me. For the biggest reason it's a win for me is like the number one reason I want to watch ROH. And I mean, there's some great talent there. They're usually a little slow on the story, but I fucking love Dalton Castle. And so the main event, I was there, man. I was pumped. So it got a win for me. Every match was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I give it a huge win. And it's weird because I don't consider it as good as New Japan, but I consider it better than NXT, except for NXT pay-per-views. Mm-hmm. And this is one of those, I check in with Ring of Honor, then check in. Like, if there's a New Japan guy, I check it out, and then if there's not a New Japan guy. But I watched this whole thing, and they did have New Japan guys. But not only is it a win, it was like, why don't I watch Ring of Honor more? Like, it was that good of a show. You know, you just sit back and like, why don't I watch this more? So overall, I really enjoy it. I give it a big win, and I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot. Usually, when it comes to ROH, you're like, oh, there's a match here or there, but tonight, I don't even know what match of the night was because there was two great matches, you know, in two different styles, and it had minus Roderick Strong, but you know, Roderick Strong is amazing. But I had my two favorite young up-and-coming, I don't know if they're young, but newer characters in ROH. And I love ACH. I loved them when I first found out about him at Beyond Wrestling. And Dalton Castle, it's just, holy shit, is he fucking amazing.
Dalton Castle is who I want to be as a wrestler. Like, if I was going to be a wrestler, I would want to be Dalton Castle.
So... All right, so we'll break this down as best we can. Plus, we have a couple new Ring of Honor stories that we want to hit up. So we break it down. It comes out. We got War Machine versus Roppongi Vice. I'm a huge fan of Roppongi Vice and so happy that they're getting over. I say this all the time. I'm just absolute huge fan of Roppongi Vice. War Machine. I think War Machine is really fucking good. I do. But with that said, I always think they should have been Ring of Honor. I see War Machine. I go to War Machine. I'm like, you guys are good. You shouldn't be here. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's like hanging out with your wrestling buddies and then your comic book buddies, and then you see a wrestling buddy and a comic book buddy get together, but they don't like. It's like, you know, it's like, hey, I like comic books. You're like, come on, hang out with my friends. Like, I don't like wrestling, but they're with your wrestling buddies. And you're like, War Machine, what the fuck is going on? You know? I don't know. It's just like War Machine is a really good tag team that feels really out of place in Ring of Honor.
Well, they just don't work a style. It's a Ring of Honor style. You know, people want to hate, especially the old salty guys, they really want to hate on ROH and say, it's just a spot fest. It's just a spot fest. Well, even if it is, it's fun to fucking watch. But War Machine doesn't, they don't wrestle like that. But they don't really wrestle a WWE style. I don't know what I want to describe them as, but it is not an ROH style by any means.
It's like if the Lord, what do they call them? What was Barbarian and Warlord's tag team?
Oh, fuck.
Powers of Pain? I don't know.
I don't even remember.
But anyway, it reminded me of those 80s tag teams, except they could wrestle really good.
Yeah.
It's just like, if an 80s tag team was awesome, it would be War Machine.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
it. That's
War
what it
Machine.
is. And they're really fucking amazing, but at the same time, I feel weird. So I'm like, you're not supposed to be here. What are you doing here?
They don't feel like they
maybe
fit.
War Machine would do good in WWE, NXT.
Oh, yeah.
You know where War Machine would fucking just dominate? Pro Wrestling Noah. Pro Wrestling Noah would fucking... War Machine right now. Pro Wrestling Noah right now. Call each other. You are a fucking marriage made in heaven. And I don't know if War Machine has wrestled in Noah yet, because, you know, they used to have a working relationship. And I don't follow Noah as closely as I used to. But I'm saying War Machine should be the face of Pro Wrestling Noah right now.
Yeah.
They should just fucking go. Just go right now.
I mean, hell, when was the last time a tag team was the face of any promotion?
Oh, probably. I don't know.
I can't think of a time. In history, I can't think of a time.
Well,
Maybe
I mean, the Road Warriors were main
like,
eventers at their time.
Yeah, you know, and like Mid-South with like the Midnight Express and
the Dudleys. I don't know. I don't think it's happened. But I know the Road Warriors main evented a lot. But then again, they were traveling. Oh, duh. Fucking the Freebirds and the Von Erichs.
Oh, yeah, okay. Touche.
Jesus Christ, you fucking rookie. Anyway,
I'm a bleed.
I enjoyed this match a lot, even though I think War Machine is out of place, but not in I don't know, maybe it's not in a good way. Maybe.
But yeah, I'll back up and kind of say what I think maybe we're both feeling. I think they're out of place here, but it doesn't mean I don't think they're good here. I don't want to see them here. They're great. I'll watch them every time they're on the card. They just don't feel like they fit in this particular product that ROH is putting out.
Yeah. And I'll let, but like, I think it's going to be hard to get the straps off them in a believable way.
It's going to have to go to the Briscoes. That's the only people they haven't beaten.
Yeah.
But I don't.
The Briscoes.
The Briscoes are so goddamn weird. Aren't they like chicken farmers in Connecticut or something?
Oh, Delaware. That's the best.
Delaware, okay.
Like, the South will rise again. Just all right.
Hey, my Southern heart beats proud.
Oh, man. But yeah, I love the Briscoes. Yeah, that's going to be a great fucking feud. You have to get on that Ring of Honor. But overall, I thought it was a great tag team match. I enjoyed it a lot. Enjoyed both tag teams. And
great. We kind of focused on the other team a little bit, but Roppongi Vice, man, those are two cool cats. I really like them.
Yeah. Well, dude, and I say this all the time because I was shattered as a pro wrestling fan, and I know I beat this dead horse, but the first time Roppongi Vice came out, oh my god, no one in the world but me popped. Like, it was the most. I've said this story a million times, but like, everyone in Japan was like, what? Vice? Why Vice? Everyone in America was like, Roppongi, where's that? And I'm like, fuck yeah! Roppongi Vice! And I don't know, like, you ever like, love something but no one else loves it? It's a weird feeling. That was me that night at Roppongi Vice. And the best part is, I remember I was with a bunch of my Japanese friends, and we were at a Perez bar. And I remember going, yeah, fuck yeah, Roppongi Vice. And, like, no one was high-fiving me, and it was, like, completely awkward. It's like being at the Super Bowl, being like, yeah, the fucking referees. Like, it was just a fucking, like, are you okay? And I'm like, oh, Roppongi Vice, get it? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, fuck you. Don't get it on Twitter. And I go to Twitter, and I'm like, what the fuck is Roppongi Vice? And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm entertained. Fuck the rest of the world. And I'm just
the fan.
Roppongi Vice. Next, Donovan Dijak and Prince Nana come out to cut a promo. Dijak attacked Martini. And I don't know much about Donovan Dijak except what I've seen in Ring of Honor, and I've been absolutely impressed. Never grab a microphone again. Why the fuck are you talking when you have a manager right there? Well, listen, I know you're a big guy. It's like I'm a big guy who can't cut promos, and I'm a great wrestler, and I have a manager. Let me take the mic. What the fuck, Prince Nana? What the fuck are you doing, bro? That's on you, Prince Nana. Like, if Dijak pulled a Brock Lesnar and be like, say something stupid, fucking Paul, then I'd be like on board. But Dijak's like, yeah, I came here, I got a free shirt, and yeah, it's not that bad, but it was bad.
It's pretty bad.
And I was just like, dear Ring of Honor, it's an awesome idea to put D-Jack with the manager. It really is. It was an awesome idea to have him attack Truth Martini because, you know, Jay Lethal's just cut amazing promos. And, you got a lot of heat because you're the only person in the world.
Oh, yeah. Like,
you're the opposite of Roppongi Vice. And everyone's like, Jay Lethal's the greatest human being ever. And they're like, fuck you, new guys. But, everything about this is awesome. But I was just sitting there like, what the fuck is he cutting a promo?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Just hand the mic to Prince Nana and just look pretty.
Yeah.
Never again. Prince Nana, what the fuck are you getting paid for? Like, if this was my promotion, I'm in the back, I'm running Ring of Honor, I'd be like, why are we paying you, Nana? I never understood Prince Nana anyway. Prince Nana is mysterious to me. Because, like,
weird.
because he's a manager, but he does nothing. Like, last time he was in the House of Truth and he was like the 19th fucking manager of Jay Lethal. It doesn't fucking make sense. Prince Nana, like, what the fuck, dude?
He's just, he doesn't get heat. He apparently doesn't do promos for his guys. What the fuck are you there for? And so, on that, we're going to take a quick Sammy timeout, and I'm going to explain myself. I never said Jay Lethal is bad. I think
that's what the internet infantry heard.
That's what they heard. What that they heard. I think he's a great wrestler. I think he's a phenomenal guy, and I think he's hell. If he just wasn't heel, I'd like him. I just don't think he's a very good heel, and he's not my favorite. So internet infantry.
You heard it here first. Sammy hates Jay Lethal and everything he stands for.
That's what we're just going to go with. I'm assuming that's what they're going to hear anyway, because they're going to hear Jay Lethal, bad. And then it's just going to be, fuck that fat bald bastard.
Well, welcome. Well, that's okay. I had to explain to people I don't like Jeff Hardy and The Undertaker and JR, so.
I don't like Jay Lethal, and I don't like Dean Ambrose, so I constantly have to tell people why I don't like Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose is starting to hit Austin Aries' territory with me. I only like Dean Ambrose because of who he was. I don't really like Dean Ambrose for who he is now. And then, like, just like Austin Aries, you have to live in denial for like 20 fucking years before you're like, maybe he's not good.
He's not. I mean, awesome. I could do an entire podcast of why I don't like Dean Ambrose.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to help our subscribers and likes. Appreciate that, pal.
This is why I don't like your favorite wrestler. He's stupid. He has dumb hair.
Anyway, D-Jack, we love you. Prince Nana, what the fuck, man? Grab that mic.
Fucking take it back.
Dalton Castle hypes up the match with Silas Young, and I enjoyed this feud. I really did.
It was a great feud, man. It was classic.
Yeah, and I liked it, but it was creepy as fuck. Yeah, the thing is, you don't realize how creepy that feud was until you start going on a podcast to describe it.
Yeah.
You're like, describe
to somebody who doesn't know anything about wrestling.
Yeah.
Are you describing wrestling or some weird, like, deep internet male erotica? Like, which one are you talking about here?
So next you got, I think this is a dream match. Granted, on paper it's a dream match. You got Kenny Omega versus ACH. I enjoy both these.
Incredible.
The Young Bucks from ringside. And I'm hoping, this is just me with my hoping hat on. Poop. I'm hoping this was maybe a tryout for ACH going to the G1. I would love to see ROH invade the G1 and it'd be the best stacked G1 ever. That would be amazing. I don't know, because I love the G1 so much, but I always hate it where it's like, hey, fucking here's a random fucking guy is never going to, and I'm not talking about Homa. Don't give rings. Homa's fucking, he's locked in and fucking. But, there's always like this guy that you're like, you're not winning shit. Why the fuck are you here? You know what I mean?
I don't know a lot about
ACH. Well, the G1 is like, this is how long I've lived in Japan. You ready? You're not going to understand this reference, but I fucking forgot that not everyone lives in Japan. I was like, the G1 is kind of like a sumo basho for pro wrestling. And I was like, oh.
That's what
no one watches a basho. It's a big tournament. A very, very big tournament. And I think everyone, I don't know how, It's a basho, man. I don't. I'm such a horrible fucking teacher, and they're giving such horrible answers. You're like, how's the G1 ranked? Just like a basho. What's a basho? A basho's a basho. It's like a round robin tournament. Everyone wrestles everyone, and then there's the finals. Yeah, so it's really amazing, and it's like the Olympics of pro wrestling. It's just amazing. You definitely have to check it out. It's a lot of work. Like when a G1 is over, you feel like you graduated a year of university. You're just like, all right, the G1's over. It felt good. And not that, but like if someone wins like last year, if someone wins the G1 that you didn't want, dude, it feels like you wasted your life. It's such a shitty fucking feeling. You're like, for the last 16 days, I saw 900 hours of pro wrestling, and this is the guy that fucking won. But, dude, you are legit insane for at least 48 hours. Because the thing is, Monday Night Raw might suck, but that was 3 hours of your life. You know what I mean? Dude, a G1 is like 4 hours of your life for like a month of a summer, and like when your guy doesn't win, you're like, oh, they worked or whatever. You are legit insane for a good 48 hours. Insane. Like, it ruins your day. Like, you go to work the next day, like, goddamn fucking Tanahashi winning the goddamn G1.
Is Tanahashi just the John Cena? Because again,
I would say Tanahashi's the John Cena if John Cena had 5-star matches. So
because I really like Tanahashi, and then I caught some. I like Tanahashi.
Well, the problem with Tanahashi, especially with old school New Japan fans, new school New Japan fans are like, oh, it's perfect booking. But old school New Japan fans are like tired of it. Like, let me put it this way. New Japan had their best year money-wise in a really long time, but 11,000 less people went to Wrestle Kingdom because of Tanahashi. Like, it's one of those things where, like, just imagine. It's hard to imagine, but imagine everything about John Cena except he puts on 5-star matches. So you would still be mad at him, but at the same time, you're like, you can wrestle. Like, you know what I mean? So I guess, I would, that's how I would describe it for someone that doesn't know who Tanahashi is. And not that, but they did a really, like this year they booked awesome, but last year it was probably the worst year of New Japan booking ever.
Really?
Especially if you, like, and that's the thing, like, I always find out, because, you know, people are like, I've been a fan since New Japan since 1902. And you're like, oh, interesting. What did you think of last year? And you're like, oh, it's booked perfectly. Like, that is you're full of shit. You haven't been a fucking New Japan fan that very long. Like, that's it. And, you know, it's hard because, especially on Twitter, on YouTube, everyone wants to be an expert.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, oh, no, you're fucking wrong. You're wrong. No. It was bad. It was really bad. And it's still the best company in the world. He's still a great wrestler. So it's hard because you're shitting on the John Cena type role, but you're like, he puts on 5-star matches. So it's a different situation.
Okay.
Back to Kenny Omega with the Young Bucks, ACH. I hope ACH heads to the G1. I enjoyed this match. The Young Bucks, Kenny Omega had a little bit of comedy in it. I thought it was ridiculous, but I was like an old man with the banana peel. I was like, this is stupid. I'm chuckling. I'm going to let it slide. I really thought the banana peel spot was stupid. ACH is absolutely amazing. I love Kenny Omega, and Kenny Omega has really improved this year, especially being the leader. I think he saved Bullet Club.
Yeah.
But sometimes he goes too funny. We're like, all right, dude, you're trying a little too hard. You know what I mean? You go from you're an awesome fucking dude and a funny dude to, all right, you're a drunk frat boy and I'm sober.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The perfect villain for any 1980s Die Hard movie.
Yes. But I enjoyed this a lot. I didn't know who was going to win, but Kenny Omega does win with a one-winged angel. There's some amazing spots. Steve Corino has the line of the night. He's like, oh, they're both into the anime. Is that how you say it? As an old guy living in Japan, I know exactly what that feels like. But I enjoyed this match tremendously.
Great match.
And not only that, but, had some great spots. I pray to Terry Funk every night ACH gets an invite to G1. That's it. I mean,
good.
ACH, Big Mike, Roderick Strong. I'd like to see maybe one of the Briscoes just to see if they can hang. Because the thing is, this is the thing about the G1. You find out if you're a good wrestler or not by the end. Because you got to put on fucking your best matches. You know, it's just a lot of pressure. Like, let's put it this way. Michael Elgin, he was like fucking shit on by the American audience, and the Japanese audience was very disappointed because they wanted Roderick Strong. And he went there, and everyone was against him. And I think his career is so fucking high right now because of his performance. The G1, when it comes to Japan audiences, the G1 can make and break you. If you don't get injured, you hang, you impress, and you survive the G1, like, it's like, congratulations, you're a real pro wrestler. You know what I mean? Like, that is not fair, but you're at the elite level. And I don't know if everyone shares that view about the G1, but I share that view, and I know a lot of Japanese wrestling fans do. So, like, because the thing is, like, let's say ACH comes to the G1 this year, which, dear Terry Funk, please. The attitude is going to be like, he's a good wrestler, but can he hang through a G1? And then at the end, they're going to be like, oh, well, thanks for coming. Or they're going to be like, ACH. So it really, because, like, it's just like what it did to Big Mike. He's tag teaming with Tanahashi. He's pretty much a main eventer, you know, or he's a low main eventer or a high mid carder, depending on your opinion. But before that, no one knew who the fuck he was. And not that, but all the pro wrestling bar gossip, all the Japanese, anyone talked about was like, he's not Roderick Strong. Because that's how much people wanted Roderick Strong to be in the G1. They're like, oh, someone from Ring of Honor's coming in Japan. Japan, like, they don't even read spoilers. They just demand spoilers. They're like, oh, sending someone to the G1. And they're like, Roderick Strong! We're in the street. We're high-fiving. We're drinking. We're going crazy. And they're like, it's Michael Elgin. We're like, huh?
Who?
That's not Roderick Strong. That is not Roderick Strong. But he showed
You're
up.
not wrong.
And he was a man's man and got the shit done. So, yeah, it should be interesting.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, fantastic match between these guys.
The elite party in the ring afterwards. And I'm a little worried about the breakup of this. People are giving us thumbs up and thanks. We'll try to get to some live comments. Oh, you want to go to live comments before because there's only 3. Let's do 3 real quick.
Yeah, we'll do it more quick.
All right. Castle is funny in ROH wrestling. Not let me say, he's a great wrestler, great entertainer, hilarious. And you know what? I said this. You know how you win me over as a pro wrestling fan? Be awesome at suplexes and arm bars. Like, if you can't do anything, you're like, hey, I want to win Dave Coco over, and I can't fucking wrestle for shit. If you have a nice arm bar, not a shitty arm bar, because I will fucking piss on you. But if you have a nice arm bar and a nice suplex, and his suplex is so fucking sexy.
It's crisp.
So, dude, and it's just, oh, man. I don't know, like, I love judo and suplexes more than I probably should. Like, I kid you not, like, you know, like, there's weird science and you're making your perfect dream girl? My perfect dream girl knows judo. Like, that's the first, she has to know judo. I love judo. Do you think a judo review would do horrible? It would do horrible on YouTube.
And then this happened, and it stayed that way for a little while.
No way! I'd put it over like $1 million. I'd be like, "Did you fucking see that? Oh my god!" And that that fucking arm bar. They'd be like, "All right." I love women who do judo, and I love just arm bars. Like even Del Rio. Del Rio has a nice arm bar at times.
If he has somebody
got to work on that shit.
Yeah.
King Darkwing Duck says, "Who's the better heel right now, Omega or Naito?" Probably Naito.
I'd probably say Naito just because he's getting legitimate heat and Kenny Omega's kind of getting comedy heat, which is viable in its own right. But like we said earlier, Kenny Omega kind of overdoes it. The broom thing, honestly, kind of gets on my nerves. But he's still a good heel. But Naito's getting some legit heat, and I think
both of them are cool heels. Both of them are cool heels. Both of them. Well, and here's the thing: Kenny Omega will be funny mailing it in. Like, he's not mailing it in, but he's trying so hard to be funny that he is mailing it in.
Yeah.
Naito really doesn't do that. I think Naito's the better wrestler. Both of them are selling a ton of merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Naito's better. But with that said, I don't want to. I think, because I've said this before, I think if Kenny Omega doesn't have the first couple of, like, if Kenny, because it's only been like, what, 4 months? If Kenny Omega doesn't have the 4 months that Kenny Omega has, I think Bullet Club goes bankrupt and Naito.
Oh yeah, Bullet Club's. I'm still kind of scared Bullet Club's gonna die and just become.
Well, like the Elite verse fucking got, like, the fact that they're doing the black and red type art, I don't know. That scares me about the future of Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Omega versus ACH might be my favorite match of this whole week. Very awesome stuff from ROH this week. I agree with that. I don't know. It depends on your style. I think an argument can be made if the main event or the Kenny Omega match was better. I think it just depends on your style of pro wrestling. But either way, I don't know. I love when you know what I love about this show? I'm going to give it a huge win. Is that it's 3 different styles of wrestling, but 3 good versions of that style.
Yeah, for sure.
Andy Paps agrees. Huge win.
Are you still in the doghouse for staying up too late the other night, Andy Paps?
Yeah. I don't know. Roddy needs to join Mount Rushmore Brothers, the Young Bucks in Japan. Yeah, I love Roderick Strong. I love Roderick Strong. I just do too much. Omega does the finger point of doom on Elgin, and Elgin turns heel and joins the Bullet Club. I don't know if that would get over
Probably not.
Because Japan, like, I don't know. I don't think it would get the reaction you think it would. You know, I think people would laugh, and then, like, I don't think it would get the heel heat. I'd be like, ha ha ha, you guys are idiots. And I don't think that's, if they were to do the finger poke of doom, I think it would be better if Tanahashi goes for a hot tag and then Elgin beats the fuck out of him. Then the fans would be into it. Like, because there's a different style of booking in Japan than America. And the finger poke of doom, I think people are like, ha ha ha, this is silly. And I don't think that would be the reaction you want of Elgin joining Bullet Club. Where, like, if Tanahashi was in trouble and he needed a hot tag, or Elgin turned on Tanahashi, I think people would be like, oh, fuck, it's on. That would be the right direction. From what I've experienced in Japan pro wrestling. Yeah. You want the Bullet Club and the Elgin turn, if it does happen, we're just going off the question. If the Elgin turn does happen, which I think would be a bad idea, honestly, but if the Elgin turn does happen, you would have to turn on Tanahashi, because the finger poke of doom, you would probably just get a funny reaction. I don't think you would want your big heel turn and your big foreign faction to get a ha ha ha, this is funny. I don't think that would be the reaction you would want.
No.
Omega needs to face Naito at Wrestle Kingdom 11. That would be pretty cool. I still think Okada main events Wrestle Kingdom 11, but I could be wrong. I think, like that. I don't know.
It's probably going to be Okada.
Because I thought it was going to be Okada Naito, but then they gave it away. They're not gave it away, but, you know, won the New Japan Cup. You know what I'm talking about. But I don't know. Like, now I don't know. But there's a lot of different options. And yes, I got in trouble with the misses. Okay, I love it.
Just checking in.
All right, and we'll go back to more live comments in a second. Thank you for all those that liked us on Facebook. Much love. And we got a Twitter. We have to make Twitter a top priority.
Right.
Juvenile Johnny, he retweeted us. So much love. I appreciate it. All right, let's talk main event. Fight without honor. This feud went on really long, and I was like, I pulled a WCW moment, a Ready to Rumble moment. I'm like, this isn't even pay-per-view. I had that moment, but you had the Dalton Castle versus Silas Young, which I thought the feud has been absolutely amazing. Dalton Castle, and I enjoyed the hardcore match. You know, they had great chair spots, they had a great table spot. There were streamers everywhere. The boys came in. I just enjoyed it a lot. They did a lot. I don't know. I can't put it over enough. I think you have to watch it. Dalton Castle does win, and Dalton Castle's going on to bigger and better things. I mean,
that kid's going places, man.
He's just going to do amazing things in Ring of Honor. And not that, but he's so over. He's just so fucking good at what he does. I can't put Dalton Castle over enough. But I'm really worried about where Young goes from here, because I thought, this is just my opinion, I might get some healing. I thought Young wasn't good enough to be in Ring of Honor. and then he feuded with Castle and thought that feud was absolutely amazing. But to me, the feud seems silly to go any further than this. So where does Young go from here? Does he get a tag team partner? I mean,
isn't he already the tag with like the Beer City Bruiser? Or is that like a loose tag?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Answer me on that one if you know the answer.
Yeah,
I know I've seen him tag at least a couple times.
I'm worried about Young's future. Dalton Castle obviously is going to be a fucking star. Like, I don't know. Do you think? Do you see him ever winning the ROH main title? And do you ever see WWE signing him? Because I could see WWE signing him to NXT, dude. All I know is if Dalton Castle comes to WWE NXT and he goes to WWE, if you're Prince Pretty, do you just retire? You're like, I'm just going.
You might as well just be like, here's my card. I'm sorry, I'm out.
It's like, here you go. Thank you for coming. I don't know. So I guess first off, what did you think of the 3 questions? What did you think of the match? Or 4 questions. What do you think of the match? Where does Young go from here? Can Castle actually win the ROH title? And could you see him being one of the guys that WWE takes over? I mean, he's got a great character. He's a great wrestler. The fans fucking absolutely love him. He's owning everything right now. And what about how sexy is that suplex? All right, there's like 20 questions. Hot tag. You probably forget half.
Hot tag. Boom. Taking it in. Number 1, the match. I loved this match, man. It was great. They took some, some hot spots, took some high-risk stuff, but nothing that made you scared that they weren't ever going to walk again, which is good for me because the older I get, the more scared I get of really, really high-risk spots. Because I never
spot was a bit scary.
It was scary, but not as bad as some other ones I've seen. So
you also grew up with ECW, so
that's true. I did grow up with people like, I'm just going to suplex him with this gravestone onto a pile of rusty barbed wire and hate. Well, they did.
All right, go on.
I love the match. I mean, they took those spots. Some crisp work, some good, a little more high flying from both of them that I would have expected, because neither one of them typically work like that. And it was just the best conclusion they had to the story because Silas has had Dalton's number on every single match they have had. And they played great going in the story. And that's what I always critique ROH the most on is their story. It's where they're the most limited. And going into this, he was like, every time we've wrestled, it was for my boys. It was for this. Now I'm wrestling just to hurt you. And then that's when he won. So you're like, cool. That's because that's how he was able to win is he was able to let go. And that's how he beat Silas Young. So that's the thoughts on the match. Number 2, I think I can totally see Dalton Castle with the ROH title at some point in time, but it's not going to be anytime soon. I think it's going to be another year or 2. He maybe get a TV title first, though he can't win the TV title off of Ishii. Is it Ishii or Ishii?
I say Ishii, but it might be Ishii.
Okay, I've heard both. So,
I'm one of those. I live in Japan. Fucking.
That's why I asked you the authority.
No, here's the thing, dude. Fucking Japan is Japanese is difficult. Yeah. I live here. I want to put it this way. This is just an example. My son's name is Hiroki, and this lady had his son named Hiroki, spelled the same way in English, spelled the same exact way with the same kanji, and I'm like, oh. This is my son, Hiroki. You have a son named Hiroki. And she's like, oh, it's not Hiroki. And I'm like, fucking, you spell it the same. You say it the same. And she's like, no, it's Hiroki. And I'm like, no. It's Hiroki. And we're saying the same fucking thing. And she's like, no, we're not saying the same thing. I'm like, bitch, it's spelled the same. It sounds the same. It's spelled the same in 2 different languages. It's Hiroki. And she's like, no, it's not Hiroki. It's Hiroki. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done. I'm not even going to
fuck this shit. I'm out. Take your son's stupid name and leave.
Well, no, but then, there's a point of, does this bitch think I'm saying my son's name wrong? I swear it was like this. His name is Hiroki. Yeah, my son's name is Hiroki. I know, it's the same. No, it's not the same. Hiroki? Hiroki. I don't even want to talk. Fuck you and your son.
Okay, as far as, I don't remember what the 3rd question was, but does WWE...
Where does Young go?
Where does Young go? I think he could go places, man. I think he can get into another two ways he could go. He can get into another solid feud with somebody and just play the same angle, which is I'm a real man. I'm going to show you how to be a real man. Which, by the way, I listened to a podcast he was on today, and he models that character off his dad, because apparently his dad was a hard ass, which is cool. But yeah, I think he could either do that, or he can get involved in the already stacked ROH tag team division, and then go places with there if he gets a good enough partner. But I think that story is good, that you could do it with somebody else in ROH, make it work, twist it a little bit so it's not the sissy Dalton Castle versus the manly.
Well, maybe Young goes against Ishii. I'm sure there would be some great matches there.
That could be good.
But I don't know if storyline-wise would it be as good. I don't know. I know this is going to sound horrible, and hopefully Mr. Young is not listening. I think his career's peaked. I mean, you had a great feud against Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle, is going to be fucking amazing. I could be completely wrong. I'm feeling like this is an ESPN moment. And when Silas Young is holding up the WWE title at WrestleMania, they're going to play this clip over and over again.
Who knew?
I've been wrong before. And I guess the last question was Dalton Castle and WWE.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, because I think he could do really, really good at NXT, and that crowd will get really over with him. But the second he goes anywhere above NXT, his career's over. I honestly think he needs to stick in Ring of Honor as long as they will let him stay there. And if that's with being the title and earning his way up, he just does not need to go to WWE for a long, long time, if ever. And I know people don't like saying that. It's like, everyone needs to go to WWE. That's the big show. That's the big shots. You're 100% correct. That is the big shots. And I don't want him to go there, not because I don't think he has the talent, because if he were to go, I think they would kill his career. And that's not what I want for him, because I love the guy.
Yeah.
He's the main reason I watch ROH.
Right now, he's completely on top of the world, so hopefully...
Oh, absolutely.
And ROH has built a lot of great stars recently, because ROH has this thing where they build a lot of great stars, they get it stolen, and then there's kind of like a dry run. But I think they're on the upswing of building stars right now.
I think they went down when they lost, like, Zayn and... Excuse me, they lost Jericho.
Hold on, let me read the list of people that ROH lost. The entire roster minus the Briscoes.
Pretty much. They lost everybody. But with those guys is where it went down. And I think it's getting to a new stride. And I'm really digging it. But, I said I wouldn't like it, but honestly, watching Dalton Castle go after Ishii, if Ishii was playing the heel, I'd kind of watch that. Because you could have an Ishii like, what the fuck are you? Like, I don't know what you are.
But I don't know, I know it's very 80s, but you can do something. He's a very 80s character. You can do something like, American men are better, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's borderline racist. I know in America you can't use racism for anything, but yet you use it for everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you could do something along those lines, but you have to be careful because, I'm a real man, you're a real man. I don't know. I fuck the storyline. Just put them in the ring against each other.
Yeah.
ROH style. There you go. So overall, I give the show a win, and after reviewing it, I think I even give it a bigger win. I think I'm more positive after reviewing it. Because it's a really good show.
Just take a second to think, and I never thought I'd see this day that the worst wrestling show I watched this week was NXT.
Yeah. WWE's been on a roll lately.
Yeah, I mean, Raw was better. ROH was better.
I didn't watch TNA. Poor.
You know what? I might take a bully. Poor LK, everybody.
Well, if you want, LK definitely needs a co-host. But let me tell you something, dude. Reviewing TNA, it's just
a struggle.
Well, the thing is, even if you like TNA, after reviewing it, you're like, I fucking hate everything.
I might bite the bullet.
It's people that... Good luck. You'll find out.
You'll
experience. You'll experience. I give you 3 weeks of reviewing TNA, and I never want to watch TNA.
I already gave him a month. I gave him a month and watched it. I'm like, this shit's
the thing is, it's way worse when you're reviewing it. Because, dude, no one gives a fuck except people that want to hear it's perfect. So imagine having to review something no one gives a fuck about, but the few people that do give a fuck about it want you to say it's perfect.
God damn it. You know what? I've already got heat because I said, well, let's just go with what the internet's going to hear. I've already got heat because I hate Jay Lethal.
Oh, that's it. Fucking timestamp that shit. Timestamp.
Y'all saw it. I could literally, y'all get edited and be like, I think he's a great wrestler. I really like him. I just don't like him as a heel. It's like, that fucking motherfucker sucks at everything. So I got the heat. Why not go ahead and piss off all the TNA fans and review it and be like, this is just a big old sack of poopy.
All right, let's go to some live comments, and we're going to hit some ROH news and wrap this bad boy up.
Boom.
On YouTube's right now, thank you, Andy Paps, for being the only one that's active. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. Well, my little one wants War Machine to drop the belts to the Killer Elite Squad. I don't know. I don't have a strong feeling either way. I know that's the most horrible answer of being podcasting.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Whatever.
No, I'm good either way. I'm cool. I just turned into I just turned into Andy Pap's girlfriend when he says, "Where do you want to eat?" I'm cool either way. Like, fucking no, where do you want to eat? Andy Pap says, "I love Dalton Castle. I'm afraid WWE would give him the Tyler Breeze treatment." And you said that a little bit earlier. Yeah. Ishii is a beast. Mike Bennett and EC3 are doing well. I hear that. I don't watch TNA, but I do watch the YouTube clips of EC3.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy EC3. I think he's watchable. Like, I even joked. I was like, hey, because like a lot of fans are like, do TNA reviews. I'm like, can I just review EC3? Like, like the headline will be PWME EC3 review and then the date. I love fucking EC3.
And that's what sucks about TNA is there's some really good talent over there. EC3 is great. I think Drew Galloway is doing really good. I really like James Storm.
Drew Galloway's a bag of poop in TNA.
He's
just phony. He's not real. He's fake. Like, I go watch him in Evolve, and I go watch him in fucking UK Indy 7. Not a real company, but you know what I'm saying. And I'm like, holy fuck, this guy's amazing. And then I watch TNA, and he's like, hey, guys, I like pro wrestling. Dun, dun, dun. You're like, all right, we get it. You like pro wrestling. Fucking come on, guy.
Man, but there's some good.
He said the EC3 Mike Bennett feud is good. From the YouTube clips, I enjoy it. But at the same time, I'm at the point where I'm just tired and burnt out of TNA. I just am. Like,
it's rough, man. Getting into it.
The thing is, it's kind of like, it's one of those things, you're burnt and tired of it, but there's still people reminding you why you hate it. So, like, you're always like, hey, man, you know what? Maybe I will give TNA a chance. And then there'll be a comment and be like, oh, fucking, I can't believe fucking someone said Matt Hardy was fat. And you're just, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to go back to that.
The only thing you have to say for me to not want to watch TNA, though, is, oh, yeah, the Hardys are on top. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, check it out. Call me when one's done. We used to have the Andy Paps challenge, but I think I fucked over Andy Paps on Andy Paps challenge. Because I remember, because I watched it one week. It was Andy Paps challenge, and I only reviewed good TNA shows. So Andy Paps would review it before I reviewed it. That was a system we had. But then Andy Paps overstepped his boundaries. He's like, oh, TNA's been good 2 weeks in a row. And I'm like, you know what, Andy Paps, this deal is over.
It took it to a place it wasn't supposed to go. Like, honestly, this is how I feel about TNA.
Knockout segments are great, and Billy Corgan for president. You know what? I'd do? Andy Paps, listen, I would review TNA. I really would. You have to get together with TNA fans and be like, hey, listen, Dave is not going to fucking put over bad segments. If you're, as a TNA fan base, if you're okay with me not putting over bad segments, then I'll review it. But if I'm like, hey, this ain't that fucking good, and then you're like, gotcha, and fucking WWE fanboy, you know what? Fuck it. Dude, I kid you not, I had a guy that fucking said I was a WWE fanboy, a Ring of Honor bot, and only like New Japan and Lucha Underground. And I'm like, when your list starts to be that long, maybe I'm not the problem.
Yeah, maybe I'm not the asshole. Am I being a bitch today? Should I look at myself in the mirror and ask if I'm being a bitch?
Sometimes you have to look yourself in the mirror and ask if you're being a bitch.
Here's how I feel about TNA. TNA is like one of your friends coming home when you're like grade school and goes, man, I got this awesome new hobby we're going to get into. Cool. What's it called? Blah. It's really difficult. It takes forever. It costs a lot of money, and you're going to hate yourself for the first couple months. But after that, you might start liking it. Well, fuck that. I'm going to go play Pac-Man. It's fun to begin with.
TNA is the grits of pro wrestling. All right. Just on Wrestling Inc., ROH, Moose talks about wrestling. He puts over the Okada match. It's funny, though, his wife being angry when he became a wrestler. Because, like, he was making a lot of money in the NFL, and he went to go become I don't know how true that is, but he went to go become a pro wrestler, and I think his wife, like, left him.
Shit.
Here's the quote. Hold on. I'm reading this off WrestlingInc.com, and it was an interview in Yahoo Sports. That's cool that ROH is getting showed in Yahoo Sports. Because I don't know, Yahoo gets like a bad reputation, but here's the thing: Yahoo lost the war to Google, but Yahoo News and Yahoo Sports is still one of the most visited sites in all of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
His wife being angry when he became a wrestler. He says, the first person I told that I was retiring from the NFL to become a pro wrestler was my ex-wife. And her reaction was she hated it and that I was being selfish retiring at a young age. One of the biggest reasons why we split up was because I was leaving all the money on the table for something that just made me. Yeah, that's, you know what? I got married at a really young age, and I was lucky to have a very understanding wife. I would tell people all the time, make sure, like, here's the thing. Make sure your goals are the same. Because, like, these are tips. You know, Mr. Moose, come in my office, sit down. Let me give you some marriage tips. Right, first, make sure that you can be friends. I know a lot of people are afraid of the friend zone. I would rather marry a friend and be friend zoned by 19 chicks than marry a chick I can't be friends with. Second off, make sure your goals are the same. Like, sometimes they match up, sometimes they don't. Like, more people, like, my number one goal in life is freedom. Freedom, that's my goal. Like, I want, like, I wear free clothes. I don't wear nice things. I don't, like, if I don't need to buy it, I don't. Because I have a fear of, well, if I spend the money, then I have to have less freedom. The less money you spend, the more freedom you have. So make sure your wife is on board with that. You know what I mean? And you don't want to marry someone where their number one goal is money.
Yeah.
Because it will never work out. It will never. And I love my wife, and even us, we have money problems because, like, she grew up really rich, and I grew up really poor, and I'm a fucking hippie, and she's fucking wearing Coach bags. So, like, even that is like, yeah, when you marry someone that their main goal is money, it never fucking works out.
No.
But fucking Moose, man, fucking opening up. What a fucking shitty ex-wife. I mean, come on. We all get punched in the fucking... Yeah. And, you know, and hopefully he talks about maybe joining WWE, and he puts over the Okada match. You can read it at WrestlingInc.com. Maybe we'll put a link down in the doobly-doo. And then this is one that we got a lot of requests on Facebook. We're reading it off of Ring of Honor right now. I love New Japan more than Ring of Honor. I don't know if you're supposed to say that during reviews, but we try to be as honest as possible. But they have their big Global Wars and, I don't know, the WOTW tour. I just call them both Global Wars. What's the
I don't know how their tours work.
They have like 3 or 4 shows together combined, and then they're like super shows. And I hope they're going to be on iPay-per-view because fucking, it's War of the Worlds tour. Yeah, so there's the Global Wars, which is live on iPay-per-view. All right, cool. Or pay-per-view, cool. Hopefully I get access to that. And then the War of the Worlds tour, they're fucking, I guess, on television. That's bullshit, dude. Like, I remember the first year they did it, like, everything was on iPay-per-view. And then the second year was like, all right, the first event's on iPay-per-view. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait. And they're like, where's the second event? I'm like, oh, that's just television tapings. And, like, as a New Japan fan, I was just like, it's fucking stupid. Fuck you guys. So, yeah, I guess only Global Wars is going to be on pay-per-view. And then Sunday, May 8th. But they're going to be listing off the matches. And it's cool because even though Ring of Honor and New Japan work together a lot, it's cool to see 2 companies at this high of a level working together. But they got Naito, the champion. They got Ishii, which, of course, they would have had. Kushida, Okada, and the 6-man tag team champions. So there you go. Yeah, Tanahashi. Oh, no, they have Tanahashi and Liger. They don't have all the 6-man tag champs, I guess. Okay. So, yeah. But I'm sure Big Mike is going to be there. So I'm really excited. You know, a lot of people were worried they weren't going to get the big guys. I think you have Tanahashi, Okada, Naito, Ishii, Kushida, Liger. Like, I think a lot of people you have to buy the tickets in advance. Like right now on ROH.com, there's only less than 100 tickets remaining. You know, and a lot of people had to buy these tickets way in advance, and they were worried that people weren't happy. But I think if you bought the tickets in advance and you see that lineup, if you're a New Japan and Ring of Honor fan, you got to be happy with that lineup. That's pretty much the dream team. You have a legend, Liger. You have Tanahashi, who I think should rebound his career in Ring of Honor. I still think Tanahashi winning the ROH title helps ROH and Tanahashi so much. It's a win-win situation. For sure. You got Okada, who I think hands down is the best in the world right now. Kushida is going to be awesome. Ishii, which, you know, That would have been a dick move for Ishii not to show up, considering he has.
When it's like, I got your belt, but I'm not going to fucking be there.
Yeah, and then Naito, the champion's there. So, you know, I think if you were one of those lucky fans that got pre-orders and you're headed to this show, I think you got to be happy with that roster. And they'll probably be adding more, but you got to be happy with that roster. So and I hope the thing is now that, like, I know it's not a pay-per-view, I just give a fuck about Global Wars. Like, I don't give a fuck about War of the Worlds anymore. Like, I'm like, all right, Global Wars, you better be fucking sad. Like, I don't want to see a dream match and then be like, oh, but you got to see it fucking Wednesday, May 11th in Toronto, and fuck you. Fuck you. No, put all that shit on pay-per-views. ROH, get a goddamn network. Where's if there's WWE Universe, ROH World, I'm just New Japan World, then why don't you make an ROH country? You know what I mean?
There you go. ROH sovereignty.
Or just combine. Dude, tell me you wouldn't fucking lose your shit if ROH went to New Japan World to do content.
I'd go buy New Japan World.
Well, I already have, but I'd buy two.
Well, like I said, the only reason I don't is because I watch it on Access, but I'm debating on getting New Japan World because I'm tired of being like 8 months behind.
Yeah, you're fine. But it's cool, though. I might start watching the English commentary. If there's any interest in us doing English commentary reviews of older New Japan on Access, tell us.
Yeah, let us know.
Because it would be interesting, because, like, what does the English commentary say? How is it different? It would be interesting. So, yeah, I'd find that to be.
So, I'm going to pause on something you said real quick. You're talking about Tanahashi winning the ROH belt and Heath again. Do you think they can make a Tanahashi Lethal feud and he actually win the belt off of Lethal?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Or do you think he needs to land it off somebody else?
I don't know. Because my whole thing is, like, I would love to see an ROH versus the IWGP title versus title, but I think for that to happen at Tokyo Dome, you really fucking need to build up ROH in Japan.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. So it should be interesting. Oh, and speaking of building up in Japan, 5 years-ish, WWE used to give me like 20 or 30 tickets to give away because they couldn't sell out an arena. WWE, for this next upcoming tour, sold out every arena in less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
So WWE turning around in the country, you did a really good job turning around your image in Japan. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. So,
what do you think had to do with that? Was it just bringing in Japanese talent?
I'm sure bringing in Japanese talent, probably hiring a marketing firm that fucking deals with it, having someone that knows about Japan, you know. So it's probably a combination of things.
I would like to
they're trying to shave off the racism. Like, I think one of the biggest things that WWE didn't think about. Remember they did a DVD of top 100 wrestlers?
Yeah.
They sold that in Japan for $50 to $70, depending on where you get it. Top 100 wrestlers. Not one of them was Japanese. And then they're like, oh, gee, why is our fucking public relation going bad? And then the thing is, you're like, oh, they can only be WWE guys. But no, that's not the case. They had AWA guys. They had, you know. And all that, but then people started turning on people on the lists. You're like, you're telling me Inoki, Muda, Tanahashi, Okada, Giant Baba, none of them are better than Dave Batista?
Man,
Dave Batista made the list of top 100 wrestlers. I love Dave Batista as a person. Horrible wrestler.
Terrible wrestler. But, man, Muda is great. I didn't realize how great he was. I watched the Wrestle Wars 89 show because I'm still trying to maybe do a retro.
I'm going to clip that with your Jay Lethal comment. I'm going to make the worst of Sammy.
The worst of Sammy. It's just like, Bud fuck Ray. I hate Lethal.
I hate.
I'm gonna make a T-shirt that says "I hate Jay Lethal" and on the back it'll say like "Toy Story 2 is okay."
Yeah, that or like you'll come by and the actual quote. I just want to tell you the quote. I didn't know Muda was that good. That's the quote.
Okay,
right
I knew he was good. Let me say I didn't realize how influential he was. How about that? Because I didn't get to watch a lot of Muda. He was before my time.
If I wasn't lazy, and trust me, I'm lazy, I would edit all your worst clips together.
All of them, like Muda blows.
No, because it'd be like, I hate Jay Lethal. I didn't know Muda was that good. That would have been like right there, just like what the fuck.
And then the internet village is my house. So, but no, I watched him in that, and I was like, I knew he was good. I knew he was influential. But everyone told me that, and I was like, well, I want to see it from my own eyes. I watched it. I'm like, okay, I see why now. Because, I mean, again, he was way before my time.
I don't want to say mean things, but let me tell you, I think very less of you right now.
Yeah, I'm just that nothing to do with. I just don't get the.
Is this Hulk Hogan guy? Do you think he's gonna get over?
You think he's gonna be okay? I mean, again, it was just before my time. I didn't know a lot about him.
Guy. Do you think he can wrestle? I don't know. Let me get back with you.
Muda, I mean, especially down here, man, Muda just wasn't on TV or around when I was a kid, so I never got to watch it.
Oh, yeah, you're younger than me. See, he was like big time in WCW and Florida Championship Wrestling. He started off as the White Ninja, and then became you might be younger than me.
I am, dude. I'm a youngin. I'm a baby. That also doesn't help.
I figured you were friends with Grandpa Boom Boom. So
yeah, if I'm friends with Boom Boom, people just assume like, oh, you're like 49, right? Like, no, dude, I'm in the 20s.
I bet you Boom Boom just switched. Like, he goes through our YouTube videos just hearing his name.
Can we, if we're gonna make a worst of Sammy, can we make a clip of every time we make fun of Boom Boom for being old?
Sure, no problem. All right, that's it for ROH news. That's it for the review. We got 4 minutes. Let's go to some live comments. Thanks all for those that liked and tweeted us. Much love. Ricardo, you are the freaking man. I love Ricardo so much. I really do. I want to recruit Ricardo, but I have no money. Ricardo, what's something I can give you so you can be part of the team? Like Kool-Aid, Drymon. Do you want that? Do you want that Yokai Watch? You become part of the team. That Yokai Watch. I'm not pointing there. That Yokai Watch guy is yours. Granted, I have to steal it from my kid. But you know what? Some things are worth it, Ricardo.
Sometimes children have to make sacrifices too.
Yeah, I don't think you guys know how crazy Yokai Watch is over.
You know what it is.
There you go. Let's go through some. Franielli is speaking a different language. Franielli, what are you doing? He's got like, Sami Zayn language up. We love you, Franielli. What the fuck you doing over there, pal? Andy Paps. Maria knockout segment. Oh, we already read that. I'm actually looking forward to Eddie Edwards' X Division run. Yeah, I'd like that. Jay Lethal needs to face Okada. Yeah,
that would be great, but I'd rather see.
Here's the thing. It's a dream match, but there's no way Jay Lethal could beat Okada. Just no way. I refuse to live in a world where Jay Lethal could beat Okada, and I love Okada.
Well, are you at the point where you refuse to believe anybody can beat Okada?
No, I think Naito could. I think Kenny Omega could. Because the thing is, you got to be a good wrestler, and you got to be over. So, like, it took me 48 days to accept. I was going to say 48 hours, but it took me 48 days to accept that Naito beating Okada was the right thing to do. But, yeah, you just got...
Nakamura.
I don't know. Maybe Jay Lethal can beat Okada when he's as over as a heel in Japan as he is in Ring of Honor.
That's never going to happen for me because I don't think he's a good heel.
Oh, fucking that's going on your clip show. I'm going to the New York City show. Sweet. I love New Japan World. It's cool. Franielli just says Andy, and then Andy says Franielli. I'm glad we went to comment time. I'm going to go Andy Paps, Franielli. I absolutely love you, but I'm going to say that might have been the worst comment time ever.
Ever. Name.
He says, I finally get to wear my Elite shirt. Sweet. Have fun. I guess he's talking about the ROH. Is there an ROH show in New York? Let's see. ROH, the pay-per-view. It's going to be Chicago. Then they go to Michigan. Then Ontario. Oh, there is one. It's Saturday. Sold out. Oh,
nice.
You got your tickets. New York. So, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Internet Infantry representing May 14th. Going to be at, I don't know, War of the Worlds tour. You think I would know that, considering it's one of my favorite novels.
Another annoyance with living where I live. ROH very, very rarely comes anywhere near here. We might get a Nashville.
ROH came to like Japan, and I didn't even fucking know about it. Who's in charge of your marketing? Like everyone's like, oh man, yeah, they're gonna show ROH in Japan on the next ROH. I'm like, what? They were in Japan?
What the fuck were they here? Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know if they're coming or they have. He says, I'll bring a KocoSports sign. That would be sweet.
Nice.
I don't want to tell people to use KocoSports signs, but let me tell you something. If I see KocoSports signs out in the crowd, I'm going to mark the fuck out. I don't want, because like, I want it to be, I want it to be special when I see my first sign. I don't want to be like one of those guys. Because there used to be this one radio guy that would pay fans to hold up his sign. And I was like, I never.
That's
If
lame.
it's El Natural out of pure love, I'll mark the fuck out. Because some bigger YouTubers see that shit. And I was like, oh man, that's so sweet. Look at those big YouTubers. So yeah, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying I would have tears of fucking joy if you did. So there you go. All right. I think that's it. Anything else going down in the hood?
No, I mean we're
holy shit, dude! We did it right on time. Holy, we are fucking professionals. Give ourselves some Barry Horowitz. We started at the top of the hour and we're ending at the top of the hour, and we said we were going 1 hour. I don't know about you, but I think this makes us the best podcasters in the universe.
In the universe. It's only because the last 2 times we did 2 shows that were almost twice as long as the shows we were reviewing.
Well, let's wrap this bad boy up. Andy Paps, Ranielli, much love. Thank you. Check out ProWrestling.me as we are having server problems. So just see that it's hard to get in. It's like a restaurant, hard to get in. Fucking Bing. Fuck you, Bing. Get your shit.
I've been trying to talk to people and update my bio forever, and it's like, oh, no.
Dude, it's like sometimes you're in and you feel so – you're like, I got it. But no, listen, this is how you can beat the system. If you save any page but the front page, you can get in. Only the front page is getting the 505 error. But sometimes the front page is up, sometimes the front page is down. Yeah, I'm glad I spent my YouTube money on this. That was a great investment. Nang, please. We went to you because it was supposed to be easy.
Please.
Come on, dude. That's it. No, but it's like every time it... Anyway, Ning sucks. KocoSports.net, ProWrestling.me. They're a little better than Ning, but not much. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out Coco Plays. By the way, this has nothing to do with this podcast. Coco Plays had its most dislikes ever in a video, the last video.
Fuck yeah.
We got 2 dislikes. We only got 1 dislike throughout our whole time at Coco Plays. Last show got 2 dislikes. I was like, you know what? It hurts. It cuts me deep. We got 82 subscribers.
You're breaking my heart, Fredo.
Did you subscribe to Coco Plays? Because I will fucking hack. I will go to your goddamn house, turn on your computer, and subscribe and leave. Matter of fact, I kid you not. We have 82 subscribers, but one of them I did that to. I was just sitting there. I was like fucking around with YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, you subscribe to Coco Plays?" I'm like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, I just talk about shit playing Red Baseball Battle." He's like, "That's the worst idea you've ever had." I'm like, "Yeah, but you just subscribed to my worst idea I've ever had." So, Sammy, you better subscribe to Coco Plays right now, or I'm gonna just walk in. That's it. I just gotta find out when people have their YouTubes open and subscribe. We're going pathetic guerrilla tactics. Yeah, check out Coco Plays. It might be horrible, but it's always up. That's a good fucking slogan. Coco Plays. It might be horrible, but it's always up. Watch YouTube delete the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow for a Monday Night Raw review. Will you be joining us?
I will be here.
All right, so we should get the team back together. With that, I am over.